Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pastor Kim's Corner. And yes, it's me, Pastor Kim. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, that might be my song, y'all. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Who knows where that's from? That just might be my jingle. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And it's not copyright strike, so don't give me any signals. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. My girls are laughing at me, but it's okay. You know what? Because I am unique. So I'm doing a reaction video today on the coronavirus. We have got to be more aware of corona, y'all. It is here in the United States. And it's not going away anytime soon, okay? You heard it first over here, okay? There's a difference between fear and danger. We're not walking in fear, but we want to be prepared for any danger that might come our way. So what I'm saying to you is you might want to buy some extra food at the grocery store, some extra canned goods, some extra dry goods, some extra tissue, some extra paper towels. Because what would happen if the schools closed for a week? What would happen if they said we were quarantined in our homes for a week? Okay? So you need to just be a little bit more prepared just in case, okay? You need to be a little bit more prepared just in case. So let's take a look at the video. It's not very long. I think it's about 7 or 8 minutes, but I want to jump into the video so we can talk about it. I'm still taping. Okay, can we? Oh, if I.
First of all, you need to get that.
Can y'all hurry up, please? So this is about the coronavirus. Let's jump into the video, please.
2019, when health officials in China admitted they had a problem.
Health authorities have activated the most serious response level after an outbreak of a new type of viral pneumonia
in central China.
A rapidly growing number of people were developing a dry cough and fever before getting pneumonia. And for some, it turned fatal. Doctors have named the disease COVID-19, or Coronavirus Disease 2019, indicating that a type of virus is causing the illness. When they tried to trace its origin, they found a likely source: this food market in Wuhan. Out of the first 41 patients, 27 had been here. It wasn't conclusive evidence, but Chinese officials quickly shut down the market. They had seen this happen before, at a place just like this.
The health officials are trying to get a grip on an alarming outbreak of SARS.
The virus originated in mainland China.
It spread across the country.
The disease had been festering for months in southern China.
In 2002, a coronavirus had emerged at a very similar market in southern China. It eventually reached 29 countries and killed nearly 800 people. Now, 18 years later, this coronavirus is in at least 71 countries and has already killed over 3,100 people.
So you see here, you can see over here, this is the United States. So this is the impact of this particular virus. So let's see what's happening now.
This coronavirus is in at least 71 countries and has already killed over 3,100 people.
So you can see here that how that saturated, this new virus has saturated, and this is how much it covers.
So what do these markets have to do with the coronavirus outbreak, and why is it happening in China? A lot of the viruses that make us sick actually originate in animals. Some of the viruses that cause the flu come from birds and pigs. HIV/AIDS comes from chimpanzees. The deadly Ebola virus likely originates in bats. And in the case of the 2019 coronavirus, there's some evidence it went from a bat to a pangolin before infecting a human. While viruses are very good at jumping between species, it's rare for a deadly one to make this journey all the way to humans. That's because it would need all these hosts to encounter each other at some point. That's where the Wuhan market comes in. It's a wet market. A kind of place where live animals are slaughtered and sold for consumption.
It was not a surprise at all, and I think that it was not a surprise to many scientists.
Peter Lee is a professor and expert on China's animal trade.
The cages stacked above one over another. Animals at the bottom are often soaked with all kinds of liquid, animal excrement, pus, blood, or whatever the liquid they're receiving from the animals above.
That's exactly how a virus can jump from one animal to another. If that animal then comes in contact with or is consumed by a human, the virus could potentially infect them. And if the virus then spreads to other humans, it causes an outbreak. Wet markets are scattered all over the world, but the ones in China are particularly well known because they offer a wide variety of animals, including wildlife. This is a sample menu reportedly from the market in Wuhan. These animals are from all over the world, and each one has the potential to carry its own viruses to the market. Back in the 1970s, China was falling apart. Famine had killed more than 36 million people, and the communist regime, which controlled all food production, was failing to feed its more than 900 million people. In 1978, on the verge of collapse, the regime gave up this control and allowed private farming. While large companies increasingly dominated the production of popular foods like pork and poultry, some smaller farmers turned to catching and raising wild animals as a way to sustain themselves.
At the very beginning, it was mostly peasant household backyard operation of turtles, for example. That's how wildlife farming started to get off the ground.
And since it started to feed and sustain people, the Chinese government backed it.
So it was imperative for the government to encourage people to make a living through whatever productive activities they can find themselves in. You can lift yourself out of poverty, no matter what you are doing, that's okay. That's one of the most devastating problems of the law, because if you designate the wildlife as a natural resource, that means it is something you can use for human benefits.
The law also encouraged the domestication and breeding of wildlife. And with that, an industry was born. Small local farms turned into industrial-sized operations. For example, this bear farm started with just 3 and eventually grew to more than 1,000 bears.
And so I just want you to keep in mind that these are farms for animals to be used for human consumption. Human consumption.
Bigger populations meant greater chances that a sick animal could spread disease. Farmers were also raising a wide variety of animals, which meant more viruses on the farms. Endangered animals like tigers, rhinoceroses, and pangolins were trafficked into China. By the early 2000s, these markets were teeming with wild animals when the inevitable happened.
The latest on the deadly SARS virus, the worldwide death toll up again today.
China has reported more than 1,400 cases of infection nationwide.
It is what health officials have feared all along.
In 2003, the SARS outbreak was traced to a wet market here in southern China. Scientists found traces of the virus in farmed civet cats. Chinese officials quickly shut down the markets and banned wildlife farming. But just a few months after the outbreak, the Chinese government declared 54 species of wildlife animals, including civet cats, legal to farm again. By 2004, the wildlife farming industry was worth an estimated 100 billion yuan, and it exerted significant influence over the Chinese government. In 2016, for example, the government sanctioned the farming of some endangered species like tigers and pangolins. By 2018, the wildlife industry had grown to 148 billion yuan and had developed clever marketing tactics to keep the markets around.
The industry has been promoting these wildlife animals as tonic products, as bodybuilding, as sex enhancing, and of course as disease fighting. None of the claims can hold water.
Yet these
Wait. Did y'all hear that? None of the claims can hold water of these exotic animals providing any type of nutrition or enhancements or anything.
Products became popular with an influential portion of China's population.
The majority of the people in China do not eat wildlife animals.
I think that's important to note. The majority of the people do not eat
Those
wildlife
people who
animals.
consume these wildlife animals are the rich and the powerful, a small minority.
It's this minority that the Chinese government chose to favor over the safety of the rest of its population. Soon after the coronavirus outbreak, the Chinese government shut down thousands of wet markets and temporarily banned wildlife trade again. Organizations around the world have been urging China to make the ban permanent. Chinese social media, in particular, has been flooded with petitions to ban it for good this time. In response, China is reportedly amending the wildlife protection law that encouraged wildlife farming decades ago. But unless these actions lead to a permanent ban on wildlife farming, outbreaks like this one are bound to happen again.
And so that's the video. I hope that you will look at it. I'm going to put the link of the video. Of course, I'm going to have to cut some things out, and y'all know why. Whoever videotaping your home, you know why. So, but I'm going to put a link in the description box of the video. You can go back and look at it, okay? And look at the coronavirus and all about how it started. You have to excuse me, I have to sneeze. And so I just want you to be more aware. And we're going to be taking a look also at where we know it started in Wuhan, China, but we're going to get into some details of specifically where and how it started. Nevertheless, it is here in the United States, and I would encourage you to prepare. Just prepare for a little hiccup, okay? This is Pastor Kim. I hope you have a blessed day. Most of all, I hope you have a purpose-filled life in Jesus' name. God bless you. This is Pastor Kim. Have a blessed day, and you know that I love you with that agape.